My name is Maya Ellison. I'm 38, recently divorced, living alone in a small apartment over a bookstore I don't own, but love like it's mine. Life hasn't exactly been glamorous lately. I drink my coffee cold, fold laundry I never wear, and for a while, I stopped looking at myself in the mirror. Until that day. The day I finally decided I needed something to change. I didn't know what, so I started with my hair. There's a little salon tucked into the side street near my building. Not the flashy kind. No influencers, no marble counters, just soft music, worn wooden floors, and a little bell that rings when you enter. That's where I first saw Julian. He was sweeping up when I walked in. Tall, kind eyes. Not handsome in the magazine way, but the kind that makes you want to tell him your favorite song. "Walk-ins okay?" I asked, half expecting to be turned away. He looked up, smiled like sunlight in November, and said, "For you? Absolutely." I didn't know then how much I'd needed someone to look at me and not see a mess, not a woman who'd been left, not someone trying to find herself, just a person needing a fresh start. I sat in his chair and he asked, "What are we doing today?" I stared at my reflection. "I don't know," I whispered. "Something different. Something that feels new." He didn't rush me, didn't pitch a trend. He just asked, "Are you trying to hide or be seen?" That question hit me harder than the scissors ever could. As he started cutting, we talked. At first, light stuff. Weather, work, local coffee shops. Then, deeper. I told him I used to paint, that I hadn't picked up a brush in years. He told me he used to play jazz guitar at night, until his brother died and the music stopped sounding like joy. We sat in silence after that. Not awkward, but the kind where two strangers feel like they've always known each other. In another life, maybe. When he spun me around to face the mirror, I almost cried. Not because of the haircut, though it was perfect, but because I saw me again. The version I'd forgotten. Eyes not tired, but brave. Face not aging, just alive. "You look exactly like yourself," he said. That was the most romantic thing anyone had ever told me. I started coming back every 2 weeks. Sometimes for a trim. Sometimes just to say hi. He started setting aside time for me. "Just in case you drop by," he'd say. And I always did. One evening, the shop was quiet. He was wiping down chairs, and I was pretending to browse shampoos I didn't need. "You don't have to keep coming here," he said softly. I froze. "I know," I replied, trying not to sound crushed. "I mean," he continued, "you don't have to come only for the haircut." My heart thudded. He turned, nervous, and added, "Would you want to grab dinner sometime? Outside the mirrors and dryers and all this." I smiled so wide it hurt. "Yes, I'd like that." Dinner turned into walks. Walks into late-night talks on the salon stairs. And somewhere in between, he became the one who looked at me like I wasn't healing, but already whole. He kissed me one night under flickering street lamps, and it felt like peace. Now, every Sunday, he closes the salon early. We sit on the floor, sip tea from mismatched cups, and I sketch while he plays soft guitar. The jazz kind he said he'd lost. And he tells me, "I thought I'd forgotten how to love something again, but you reminded me." And I always reply, "So did you." So no, I didn't just get a haircut. I got a mirror held up to my soul. And a man who looked into it and stayed.